On this video, we're gonna discuss about the linked error that was sent to us. He have problem inserting his AutoCAD file in his Revit. So he has this error that the geometry in the file link basement 1 floor, that DWG, has extents greater than 1E9. Data exceeding that range will be truncated. Click OK to continue, cancel to exit import. So this error is appearing when you are inserting an AutoCAD file that is out of range of the Revit. So what I did is I asked for that raw file, the CAD file from him, so I can take a look at it and inspect it and try to insert it in my own Revit file. And when I inserted the file, I got this error instead. So some numerical data within the imported file was out of range. This numerical data was been truncated. So it did sound different, but it has the same meaning, or it has the same intention of what is really the error is. So it's all about the range of your CAD file. So when you have this kind of error, it talks about more on your CAD file, not on the Revit file. So what Autodesk Support tells you when you Google it is that these are the causes of this kind of error. So either there's the drawing file is damaged, or the drawing is located very far from 00, and the drawing has been exported from Vectorworks 2019 version SP3. So most likely it's the second one. So what I did is, for the file, so as per Autodesk solution as well, so you have to move the drawing near to the 00. Though I've done this one to his file, when I inserted it back to the Revit, it still doesn't come through properly. So there's still some elements that are missing. So probably this will be also the cause of the error. Probably the file was corrupted. So what Autodesk suggests is to save as the file to a new drawing file. So as per Autodesk, it was suggested to use the wblock command to save as the new file. So what we're gonna learn in this video will be the preparation of your link CAD file before you can insert it in your Revit file. So most of the time we receive the CAD file, the raw CAD file, that has a lot of elements that you might not need in your Revit file. Depends on the condition. So beforehand, I consider moving the drawing file to a new drawing file. This will save you a lot of time, and it will give you more confidence to the file that you are about to insert in Revit, that you can remove some of the elements that you don't need, and you can leave the one that you much more needed for the certain link CAD file. So the second one will be, the CAD file should not contain elements and drawings aside from the drawing that you need. So what I tell you for the number 1 will be, you will have confidence in doing the number 2 if you did the number 1, if you save as to a new file. Because most of the time we receive something like this with a lot of drawings and a lot of information inside that might not be needed in your as a link, as a reference to your Revit file. So most of the time these elements should be deleted, and if you did not delete if you did not save the file to a new file, so you won't be able to do the deletions of, or the removal of all those elements that you might not need. So that's why the number 1 is very important. Number 3 is, the origin must not be too far away from 00. It's a must that the AutoCAD file is very near to the 00, because unless you do this, the error will still be present it will be possible, most likely, when you insert it in Revit. And if you don't again, if you don't do the number 1, you will be hesitating to do it because it might have some global coordinate system on your CAD file that may affect the other file that has a reference on it, or the other user that are using this CAD file as a external reference. So if you manage to do the first one, the step one, then you will have the confidence to move your CAD file to the 00 origin. So, alright, let's dig into it and let's learn something new. I'm Marky again, and welcome back to Revit House. So this is the file that was sent to us for us to insert in the Revit file, and it's a floor plan view. So as you can see that the UCS is not in the world UCS, so what we can do, we can just set that one up to the world UCS. So UCS world, enter, and you can check the units. Units is in inches, so we can just make it millimeters. Okay, then before we can copy over this one to the new file, one thing that you may consider also is to explode all the blocks. This is also the suggested method of Autodesk in the support that I didn't highlight earlier. So you can use quick select to select all the blocks and explode it at once. So how to use the quick select? You can just right click Q. So that's right click Q for the quick select. Then you can, under object type, you can just select the block reference, and under the operator you can just select all. So it will select all the blocks in the drawing, in the entire drawing. Then you can click OK. Then you can command explode. Okay, as you can see, there are some elements that comes out. So what we can do, we can just delete those elements, as our step 2 that I highlighted earlier. It must contain only all the elements that we just need. We can do the same thing again. Quick select, right click Q, block reference, select all, then OK, then explode again. So there are elements that are on a lock layer. So what we can do, we can just go to layer and lock and unlock. So then we can try again. Right click Q, block reference, select all, then OK, then explode. Okay, then what we can do, we can just audit, and yes. Okay, after audit, we can just command purge all, then close dash scale list edit, then reset for the annotation scaling, escape. Then now we can block this one out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select all, then block this one, then maybe I'll just put a name as any name that you can think of. For me, I always use the number. Then I'll just have to set the pick point to the intersection of the grid line, the first two grid line that intersect. So then I can just click OK. So just cancel for this because there's some annotative element on that one. So then we can open a new file, start the drawing, So just double check the units that it's in millimeters, so it's correct. So from this drawing, you can command Design Center DC or Control 2. So Control 2 enables you to copy from one file to another. So that is open to your drawing, or even it's not open, you can direct your folder to the file that you want to copy. So from this file, which is the original file, and the one that I'm using right now, it's the drawing 5. I can just select the blocks. Design Center will show me all the blocks from that file. Notice that I'm in drawing 5. Then I can just look for the one that I did, which is this one, number 1. Then I can just simply drag and drop to this file. I just have to cancel this one, then close the Design Center. Then from this you can select the file and then position it correctly at 0, 0. So this time around it's easy to put the element to your 0, 0 origin. Zoom extent, there you go. So we have done the first 3 part of the three parts that we mentioned earlier, to save the file out from the old file, then to save as a new file. So from this you can explode this block 1, and then you can save this file from the previous file. Then I can just name it as 1, then save. Same thing with this, you can just audit, yes, and purge, close, save again. Okay, so that's how we can clean up our AutoCAD file. Then next one, we have to insert this in our Revit file. So now we're in our Revit file. I just have to let you see what does the first file has to look like. So currently, as you can see, I'm in zoom extent of the view of the Revit, and as you can see here, this is the AutoCAD file. You can see it has a huge range from it, and the drawing is actually just right about here, there. And how does it look like? It looks like a mess. Doesn't anything near the one in the AutoCAD file.
Nope.
So we just have to remove this. This is the original one. We can just remove this file and then zoom extent again. Then from here we can just insert again our CAD file that was cleaned up and save from this original file. So the settings of this, I have discussed this in my video. If you want, you can just check that one out, and I explained there everything that you need to know for this insertion of the link cut. So I just have to select this file, and I have to use the origin to origin as my insertion point, or as my positioning. Then click open. You may still have this error, but you can just close this one out, and then just proceed to the insert. And when you zoom extent, you can see it is properly inserted to what the floor plan looks really like. So then this how you solve those kind of errors. And as you can see from the previous file, it has more sense. I mean, the drawing came through correctly as per what the AutoCAD looks like. So yep, so that's the end of the session. So I hope you got some new knowledge to work with for how you could solve those problems. Shout out to our sender, Nidu from Abu Dhabi. Thank you for the trust, and thank you for the opportunity to solve what you have encountered. So yep, thank you so much. If anything that you need to ask Revit House, anything that you want to know, or anything that you have encountered any problem, or if you have any other solutions from that kind of error, you may share it to the comments section below. And also I will link down in the description the Autodesk Support link that I have googled for this kind of error for your own reference. So thank you guys again for following the Revit House, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, and follow me also on my Facebook account. So I have Revit House Facebook account, and you can ask me any question you want. You can message me anytime you have any problem. So once again, this is Revit House, and I hope you have gained some knowledge from this discussion. So if you like the content of our lecture series, please click the like button and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe and click that bell button to follow our lecture series. Talk to you soon.